All right, time to make a video. Topic. Let's. We haven't done a video on standard recently. Why don't we look at see what's going on in standard? All right, big surprise. People are calling for a ban. Let's see. All right, agent of treachery. I can see an argument for that. All right, fires. Sure. There's a lot of enchantment hate in this format. Wait, Luca? I mean, it's strong, but what Winona? Winona is a total build around. Keeping a balance of good humans versus non-humans sounds like. Wait, they want to ban Sharknado? Cavalier Flame? This one just says ban Mono Red. Alright. As another potentially bannable card might say.
Let's slow this down.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Knowledge Pool, a think tank of games and magic. Now, I have a small confession to make. I've done this topic before. Back when I started the channel, I was experimenting with a bunch of different formatting options, like I still do. And in one of my first videos, I mull around the idea of banning Oko for about 45 minutes. I really liked that video. It was a good time, and I did my best to feed enough information for everyone. But no matter what any number of people try to do to inform the public and make sure everyone's educated, there are still folks that'll complain for complaining's sake. It makes sense, really, with a wide gap in skill between the lowest and highest of competitive players, wider still between them and the casual. It may seem like the best idea to take care of a problem is to get rid of it. Since we have access to this new format, I want to give this one another pass. We're looking at standard and why things may or may not need a ban. I consider myself a little bit of a hero of this format.
Oh, I've done the hero.
Shut up, Teferi! God! So, what makes a card overpowered? Well, that usually depends on what format you're playing. When the first banned and restricted list was made in January of 1994, all of the free and close to free mana rocks, time walk, super efficient draw cards, and powerful creatures were limited to one copy per deck, back in the time period where you could run as many copies of a card as you wanted in a deck. But this was also banned. Attacking creatures getting +1/+0 might seem innocuous now, maybe even weak. But in a time where the only real enchantment hate was Demystify in white, this is a bomb for any deck that's using red to win. It's too bad they never came up with a name to describe that. Note also that the only banned cards were ones that mentioned Ante and Scheherazade, which created a mini-game inside of the game you were playing. What's Ante? Well, back in the good old days of Magic, you used to have to bet a card from your deck that you'd lose to the opponent if you lost the game. While it gave the game higher stakes, it was panned for its resemblance to gambling and many hurt feelings on the playground. Remember, kids, whenever anybody talks about the game the way Garfield intended, this is what he created. Nowadays, with power being what it is, the only efficient way of determining whether or not a card gets banned is its impact in that format. There's a couple general criteria that decides if a card gets banned. Is it dominating a format? Is it difficult to interact with? And does it cause the meta to react extremely? We'll use the last major standard banning as an example. Oko, Veil of Summer, and Once Upon a Time made up well over 40% of the competitive meta before they were banned, with shockingly high inclusions of playsets of all of them. Oko was an easy turn 2 planeswalker that could easily outrange anything that could kill it by that turn. A food deck from that period had a 53% chance of winning in anything not mirror matches, and the other deck that could compete with it had only slightly over 50% win rate against it. And the other 8 of the top 10 decks were not favorable wins, in a meta where the only decks were food and beating food. So let's compare that to one of the cards people have been hoping would get banned. Luca, Copper Outcast. Luca's -2 ability has a deck formed around it in order to cheat out some very early Agents of Treachery, combined with Fires of Invention and Yorion to capitalize on the theft twice with no extra mana cost. This is how Magic.gg broke down the combo at its peak efficiency. Turn 5, fires out, there's a token creature on the board. I play a land, cast Luca for free, uses -2, sack the token, and play Agent of Treachery for free, steal a permanent. Cast Yorion from my sideboard for free, exiling Luca, Fires, and Agent. Cast Elspeth Conquers Death for its mana cost, exiling a permanent of 3 or more. Let's say it's my opponent's blocker. Then end step, Agent comes back, stealing another permanent, Fires comes back, and Luca comes back at full loyalty. Full calculation, opponent is down 3 permanents, and I am up 5 permanents for the low price of 5 mana. It looks like a slam dunk, right? We ban Luca, and then these unfun interactions never see the light of day again, right? Right? If you're a regular to Knowledge Pool, you already know the answer to this. So first off, Jeskai Luca Fires was an 18.8% of the meta on day 1 of last week's Magic Fest Online Season 2 finals, and 21.9% of day 2. Also at 21.9% of the field day 2 was Tamir Reclamation, a deck with a decent matchup against Luca, and 14.1% of decks being Boros Cycling, which effectively goes under Fires quite often. There's also another deck that can cheat out Agent even faster, the Winota deck, which plays a bunch of fast non-humans and hopes to sift through 18 cards on turn 4 to find 1 to 3 agents who come out tapped, attacking, and indestructible. While not the highest showing at the event, when that deck hit, its turns could seem even more devastating than Luca Fires. So clearly bringing things out for free is the problem, right? Well, it's certainly powerful, but let's check something real fast. I did a quick search for humans in Standard that are as backbreaking as Agent, and I came up with 0. I'm being serious. Leave a comment below if you can think of another human that can devastate the field the way that Agent does. But I looked through every single human in Standard, and while there are many strong effects, none of them cripple things the way that Agent of Treachery does. Without Agent, Winota just found regular humans, efficient but fair. I also attempted to find another card for Luca to search up in this current iteration of Fires, and I really couldn't find one. There's some amazing under the battlefield effects, but none of them put you at such an advantage over your opponent on turn 5. Is Agent the problem? I could legitimately see an argument made for Agent's banned with 3 or 4 fairly different decks that all use Agent as their win con, but they are inherently different despite their endgame. Personally, I don't find that to be much of an excuse, but that's me. Big question. Do we drop Yorion? 38.3% of decks on day 1 were using Yorion. Blue is the dominant color currently, not only because of using Yorion and Agent, but also being the only color that can effectively stop Yorion and Agent. Wow, it's almost like Blue is given a ton of tools in like every set. Wow.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Teferi, I swear to God. I hate him so much. So, with the way things are, I think the real culprit is Fires, but I can see an argument made for Yorion. Can we all agree that Fires is the real problem here? I mean, let's look at that same combo again without Fires. Turn 5, no Fires. I play a land and, if my mana is right, I cast Luca. Use Luca to get Agent, stealing a permanent. Out of mana, pass turn. That's still a good jump, but not nearly as severe, and it gives you a full turn to react to things before your opponent can cast Yurion. But even then, I don't see a ban for fires at this time either. For a check on what WotC thinks, look no further than the ban list itself. Every time a card is banned, Wizards goes through their reasoning on why it was banned, using similar statistics and examples of the analysis we just did. So in my opinion, we're not going to see any bans anytime soon. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So what do we do in the meantime? We adjust and we learn. This meta is still relatively young, and we've seen a lot of sculpting out of it. When's the last time you heard a row of people genuinely complaining about Garuda? Week 1? Week 2? I saw a lot of people saying that cycling was broken before this past tournament. Will they say it again when its percentages rise and it consistently beats Urium Fires? Who knows? Honestly, even I don't know. But what I can say is this. If your opinion on what needs to be banned follows what the data says, Wizards of the Coast is more than likely aware of it and willing to do something about it. Keep your eye on meta-breaking decks, brew, experiment, and learn. You will find answers. In the meantime, chin up, and
Here goes nothing.
Teferi, I will
No more.
fucking kill you! Anyway, that's how I think. Tell me what you think in the comments below. This video came about because I've been reading a lot of things, and I always try to examine everything and read as much as I can before I bring anything to you, the viewer, which is why sometimes things can crop up a little slower. If you want my hot take on a situation, feel free to leave a comment below letting me know you'd rather I get something out quicker than more correct. If you like that I use statistics, also let me know. Engage. Tell me what's going on, because I can't do this without you. And if you like what you saw, maybe, there's a subscribe button down there, a little bell. I don't know what happens when you touch it, but could be good. Anyway, I've been Dish, and everybody, out of the pool. Whoa! We're right! We're free! We'll fight! You'll see! We're not gonna take it! No! We ain't gonna take it! We're not gonna take it anymore! We're not gonna take it! No! No! We ain't gonna take it! We're not gonna take it anymore! Just you try and make us!